These actors, some of the most famous in the world, have already risked their lives during the filming of well-known films. We're not talking about stunt doubles or special effects, but real and dangerous situations that almost cost these artists their lives. Perhaps you've even watched some of the movies we're going to discuss here and enjoyed a particular scene without knowledge of the dark events behind it. Now, let's find out which actors have experienced these dangerous situations. Being an action hero in Hollywood can be a daunting task, and no one knows that better than Hollywood's muscular man, Sylvester Stallone. His highly successful action and suspense films have put him in life-threatening situations on several occasions, but the most dangerous moment occurred in Stallone's career during the filming of Rocky IV. And believe me, he was seriously injured purely through his own fault. Rambo's poster boy insisted that Dolph Lundgren, who played his boxing rival Ivan Drago, hit him hard. The Swedish actor didn't think much about the repercussions and punched Stallone so hard that he spent 4 days in intensive care with his heart nearly stopping. It took the doctors an entire week to bring the Rocky star back to normal. The lead character in the Hunger Games movie was subjected to really severe stunts because the writers said so. Not a lot of people know that there was almost a tragedy with actress Jennifer Lawrence on the movie set. According to the plot, they needed to simulate smoke in the tunnel, for which they used a specialized machine. During the filming of the scene where Jennifer Lawrence runs through a tunnel, the smoke machine malfunctioned and it started pumping out smoke at its maximum output. It was not easy for the actress to go out on her own, as quickly lost her orientation in space, also swallowed smoke, and after being rescued, could not return to normal for a long time. But still, well, that ultimately gave everything right. Not any secret that Jack Sham always tried to do stunts extremely dangerous alone and came to be hurt a few times, but was on the set of the film Armor of God that almost lost his life. According to reports, during the filming of the film in 1986 in Yugoslavia, the character of Jack Sham should jump off the wall of a castle to a branch of a nearby tree. A feat that supposedly was pretty easy for him, but things did not happen as everyone expected. Jack Sham failed to catch the branch and fell into the rocks below, breaking the skull and sending a piece to the brain. He was immediately taken to the hospital, where the doctors had to put a metal plate in his head. Despite the near-fatal accident, Jack Sham continued to entertain his fans with his risky stunts. Slam Fisher may have played a magic act from the movie Trick of the Master, but clearly the magic wasn't there when she almost drowned on set. The actress revealed during an interview that she was trapped underwater for almost 3 minutes while filming a magic trick scene for the film. In the film, Fisher's character, who was submerged inside a water tank tied up with handcuffs, has to escape from the tank before she's exposed to the killer fish in front of a jubilant crowd. After a while, Isla started banging on the glass tank to give a false impression that she was drowning, but in fact she was distressed during filming because of the chains that were wrapped around her. People on set were so impressed by her impeccable acting skills that no one noticed the actress was actually drowning. According to some people present at the time, Isla couldn't reach the safety button, which could have drained thousands of liters of water in seconds. Fortunately, Fisher was able to get help and escape the tank safely. Although Titanic was the film that launched Kate Winslet's career, she has always spoken about the difficulties she faced on set, particularly with the director James Cameron. Kate genuinely feared for her life while filming a scene where the coat she wore got caught in a gate and she was briefly trapped and submerged in water. The actress spoke about the incident in an interview, talking about Cameron's unsympathetic nature, saying that even out of breath, the director insisted on repeating the scene. This isn't the only time Cameron almost drowned one of his actors on set. Ed Harris also nearly drowned while shooting Cameron's film in 1989, The Abyss. Perhaps actors should think twice before agreeing to work on a James Cameron movie involving scenes in or on the water. Another near-death stunt experience happened to Michael Fox from Back to the Future Part 3. Fox played the main character, Marty McFly, in the Back to the Future series. Despite employing stunt doubles most of the time during filming, Fox chose not to use them for close-ups. There was a scene where they demanded the protagonist to be hanged. Fox was left hanging for so long he almost got strangled to death. In the end, the worst did not occur, and Michael was able to continue filming, evading this near-death experience. Interestingly, he passed out for half a minute before he was rescued. Jason Statham is yet another actor who consistently films action movies and has to perform stunts from time to time. It's absolutely impossible to entrust every scene to a stunt double, and there's no particular necessity for that. The problem occurred unexpectedly to the actor during the filming of The Expendables 3. According to the plot, the actor had to drive a large truck, which didn't seem too dangerous at all. In the scene, Jason was driving a 3-ton truck at high speed during a chase scene when the vehicle's brakes suddenly gave out and he rocketed off at top speed, plummeting off a cliff into the Black Sea. You may be wondering, how did he survive? Well, Stan gathered his senses in time and managed to jump out of the vehicle since the door was removed beforehand, which made it easier for Stan to escape. Stan is an Olympic-level diver, so he was able to use his skills to escape the truck before the sea could completely swallow it. However, the way Jason escaped was by taking a leap from the truck before it submerged. He used his swimming skills to his advantage to safely return to shore. During the filming of Castaway, Tom Hanks hurt his knee and a few days later his leg was swollen and painful. Although it was just a small cut, it quickly got infected. Filming was suspended and the actor endured a few difficult hours with panicked doctors coming and going. The medical team eventually decided to transfer the actor to a health center far from the island. When he finally made it to the hospital, a doctor told him the cut could poison his blood, so Hanks was kept in the hospital. As Hanks himself recalled years later, if there hadn't been an emergency intervention, the infection would surely have taken his life within a few days. Tom Cruise won't be left out of that list. Even he has had a near-death experience. Tom Cruise is famous for being an aggressive thrill-seeker and for doing stunts. He insists on doing them himself and making them as real as possible. He has many stunts under his belt and has been through a lot of dangers. In The Last Samurai, the actor was almost decapitated in a stunt when he missed a cue. While riding a mechanical horse, he was supposed to stop before a sword pointed at his head. However, his fellow actor's sword missed Cruise's neck by an inch, thanks to his martial arts skills. Still, this was relatively harmless. Another fight scene with 4 assailants apparently had 70 instances where Cruise could have been injured. Despite all these cases, the good news is that these actors are still alive. But what about you? Would you have the courage to risk your life for a role in the movies? Well, thank you so much for staying until the end and see you in the next video here on the channel.